Field, home of the Summerville Bears, a Motherlode League matchup between Summerville and Calaveras coming up next on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome to the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp pregame show. I'm Levi Flores, and by my side is my dad, Justin Flores. Welcome to Summerville.
Looking forward to this one, Levi. Going to be an exciting game. You got two teams here battling in a league play. That's exciting. Two teams looking forward to it in the late in the season, trying to make something happen in the season to get a better playoff standing. Super exciting. You add rain into the mix, tri-tip sandwiches, Tuolumne, California, and I just cannot stand myself that I'm here with you to watch this game tonight.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. A little precipitation on the field. It started raining hard after the JV game, and Summerville did lose to the Calaveras Reds. But now it's up to varsity, and this is where it really counts. JVs for the warm-up for what happens now. Usually starting at 7 o'clock, running a little bit late just because JV took long, but 8 minutes until we start that one. And looking at the teams here, Summerville is 3-3 overall, and Calaveras 2-5.
Calaveras has had a tough preseason. They beat McNair to start their season, then lost to a couple of big schools, Escalon and then Ripon Christian, and then ended up losing to Ripon before starting league play and had to suffer a few losses, but then they beat Amador. So it's been a tough one for Calaveras, but they've also played those tough D1 schools just like Summerville does, or not D1, but bigger schools, and like Summerville does in the preseason, which really prepares them for Motherlode League action. And, hey, in the last few years, Motherlode League has been who knows who, and this is about the time of the season where things really start to come into play.
Calaveras is out of Motherlode League contention, as well as Amador, who's usually one of the bigger powerhouses, both those teams. Amador playing Linden tonight, not an MLL matchup. But on the other hand, Sonora versus Argonaut also happening on NorCal Sports TV. You could join Mario Ramos and Jeremy Hurtado live when that comes about. Actually at Dunleavy Field, so just a few miles away from this one. So two big MLL games happening tonight. More pregame show coming up next on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun.
Meeting new people, making new friends.
The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills?
Beautiful
I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner, Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. It's the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp pregame show on NorCal Sports TV, live from Thorstead Field. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. It's the MLL matchup between Calaveras and Summerville. Calaveras hurting with some numbers. They had to bring up 5 sophomores late last week in order to play this game, only 20 on the sidelines.
You know, Calaveras normally wraps up their season against Bret Hart, who does not have a football team this year on the varsity level, which lessens the numbers on the Motherlode League, which is the reason why mathematically Calaveras is out of the picture. However, Calaveras would love nothing more than to knock Summerville out of possibility and contention, because Summerville, even though threatening at the door, with all, you know, when it comes to league play, you want to win. Stop every team no matter where you are and how tough it might have been. Calaveras has been a powerhouse of a Motherlode League team for so long. This has just got to be so hard for them in a losing season. But again, they're here at Thorstead Field and they're bringing it.
The Motherlode League varsity standings currently, Argonaut sitting at number 1 with a 6-2 overall record in League, 2-0. Sonora 4-3 overall, 2-0 in League, so they're tied. They're playing tonight at Dunleavy Field once again. And now Summerville versus Calaveras, the 3-4 spots. Summerville 1-1 in League, Calaveras 1-2, playing that one extra league game so far. Next week, Summerville plays Sonora at Sonora. And if Summerville takes a win tonight against Calaveras, that puts them at 2-1. Argonaut and Sonora, one of those teams will take their first loss in League. And if it just happens to be Argonaut and then Summerville beats Sonora, we will have a 3-way tie for the Motherlode League. Not a high chance of that happening. Sonora does have a good team, but Argonaut blew out Summerville 42-7 last week. And I don't know, the possibilities with rain tonight, Summerville can take a victory, and then maybe Sonora can take the victory against Argonaut too.
The rain can change the game for everybody, and Sonora was at Argonaut last week watching that Argonaut team against Summerville. They've gone to school. They've had an extra week, so they do have that advantage. Plus, they're playing at home at Dunleavy Field. But, man, I'll tell you again, it's Motherlode League. Anything can happen, and those Argonaut Mustangs would love nothing more than to take out and can remain undefeated and be at top of the Motherlode League over the Sonora Cats and the rest of the guys.
Sonora is the anticipated Motherlode League champion, and if so, that does happen, they will move up to D5 for playoffs out of the D6 rankings, and they will be projected the number 5 seed. But for right now, projected D6 Argonaut, if they lose to Sonora and don't get that number 1 spot, they will be placed at number 2 in D6, and Summerville, if they're projected to do what they're going to do, they will be the number 10 spot in the playoffs. Again tonight, the Motherlode League games, Calaveras at Summerville happening right now, Argonaut at Sonora happening right now, and then Amador playing a non-conference game against Linden.
This is it. Late of the season stuff.
And
Summerville would love a homecoming victory tonight.
And we will kick it to Jazz at 8, singing the national anthem.
We're so
Kickoff coming up next on Thorstead Field.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tulloch to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Summerville Bears taking the field to kick off to the Calaveras Reds. 12 minutes starting the first quarter. It's going to be a close one. The rain will take a big factor in this one.
Bum, bum, bum. We just need the music now. You build it up. The rain is falling, and we're ready for some Friday Night Lights here at Thorstead Field.
The run up, the kick, and there it goes. A high arcing, going to be down at the 20. And here goes Calaveras starting off with a kick return. Big up the middle past the 35.
Jake Hopper, senior, 6 foot, 202, playing in his final game of his high school career. Picks up a nice big run on the kick return. 17 yards for the big fella.
Looking at Calaveras in this one, some of their pluses, rushing. Calaveras has always been a big rushing team, so be aware of that. And without the passing game, the rain may not take a big factor, but at the same time, the Summerville defense is known for punching the ball out, and that's what Coach Sean Leveros is looking at to do. And also, number 16, Braden Orlandi, a big factor on this Calaveras team. Starting off with a run, gaining about one, hit at the line, couldn't find his way through either the offense or the defense.
You know what I like about Calaveras is no matter what their season is like, they're going to continue to play their game. They believe in the coach's program that they have, and they run smash-mouth football. You're going to see a lot of ins, outs, rights, lefts. If they have the speed, they'll go on the outside, but you won't see that very often. You'll see a lot of double tights and sometimes even loading up one side, but then running weak side because they believe in their running game that those guys are strong and can blast through.
Another run finding its way right side, a gain of a few, but they need more yards if they want to get a first down.
Yeah, as their playing has shown, even with the big teams, they give up big points and they can't put a lot on the board.
Speaking of that, Calaveras overall has scored only 137 points, while allowing 251, then in league only scoring 56 and giving up 113 points, which is a lot for the few games they've played.
Yeah, like we said, it's been a tough one for the Big Red. Their quarterback, number 7, we don't have on our roster here. We were watching him in the pregame warm-ups, and he's got an arm on him, and they did rep him a lot of throws during warm-up, and they got to call a timeout. They didn't like what the defense was showing them here at Summerville.
Here's a word from our local NCS TV sponsors.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all.
3rd and 6 for Calaveras, their first drive of the game, as Orlandi moves from right to left, trying to get the defense to jump. And they will call a false start on Calaveras, so that one backfires. Take it back 5 yards, 3rd and 11.
Slot man on the left side I saw jump. I'm not sure if anybody else did. But that's all it takes on the offensive side. One movement, and it's a penalty. Defense can move. They can jump all they want as long as they're set before the snap.
Just got word from a few miles away. 7-0 Argonaut up over Sonora early in the first quarter, so Mustangs making a strong statement on the road. You can tune in now on NorCal Sports TV or stay here at Thorstead Field. Looking to throw for the first time, right side. The defense is there, picked off by Dean Tremoloni. No flags on the ground, making his way into Calaveras territory. Inside the 40, the Summerville Bears starting their first offensive drive.
Huge defensive stop for the Bears, who are looking to pick up their first victory against Calaveras in quite some time, and that's a statement for defense right there.
And on the replay, if you saw in the bottom right corner of your screen, the offensive receiver actually ripped down the defender, and that would have been offensive pass interference, if anything. So Summerville taking over on the interception, though, from Dean Tremoloni, and they will start from the Calaveras 39. Here's Leveros putting Cribbs in motion, pitch pass. Here he goes, crossing the line of scrimmage. Almost had an open hole, but first taken down by Orlandi after a gain of 7.
Remember, you're watching Summerville Bears live at home in their final home game of the 2021 season. Our seniors, like Cribbs, are playing in their final game here at Thorstead Field as a player, as a student player.
Two strong things about Summerville is they're strong offensive players. They have plenty of key players. Leveros and every single receiver and running back on the team. And they also have option plays. Leveros can make an audible last second if he wants to. The coaches trust him enough to do that, as we see the first run from Kai Elkins making his way just shy of the first down.
You know, a little different from the JV game. In the JV game, you see the quarterback under center for Summerville a lot, but you'll notice here in the varsity squad, they play from the gun most of the game, if not the entire game.
3rd and inches, Frankenstein, Cribbs, and Corey Ketchum on the left side. Trips. There goes Leveros, quarterback keeper, straight up the gut, and plenty of yardage for that first down. And I want to talk about points per game and points allowed. So Summerville, points per game 21.8, points allowed 17.7. So in that, they should basically win every single game, but, you know, mathematics isn't always correct when it comes to sports. And then the Calaveras side, 19.6 points per game and 35.9 allowed. And we'll talk more about that after this play from Leveros. Bootleg out to the right side. Defense coming in quick, and that pass is caught at the 10, and now Summerville knocking out the door from the 8.
My goodness, the Bears looking strong here offensively as Cribbs takes that pass from Leveros for a huge gain and now brings up 1st and goal for the Bears after 4 straight plays. This will be their 5th play of the drive, starting from the Calaveras 39 after the interception gave them the ball. They've got the momentum right now, and they've got the hometown crowd here at Thorstead Field excited.
Keeping the trips to the left side, Leveros puts Cribbs in motion. He's got to run left to right, back to right. Ball's up in the air. Cribbs picks it up and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Overall record between these two teams, Calaveras 16-1 all the way back to 2004. The Summerville victory, the lone victory, came in 2009, and that was a 31-21 score. And just to put that into perspective for you, from 2009, those senior players are now 30 years old.
And probably fathers.
And here goes Leveros around the right side, taking it himself at the 5 and being tripped down. Now at the 4 for 3rd and goal.
And probably working for most of the sponsors that you see here on NorCal Sports TV, too. I'm sure they're fine men.
Absolutely. So that overall record of 16-1 for Calaveras, the 2020-2021 season, Calaveras won 27-8. Previous year, 42-0. Previous year, 21-14, and then Calaveras once again 4 years ago, 20-17. Now Summerville looking to take their second victory, and there's a touchdown. Leveros inside the end zone to Kai Elkins, the running back, running a route.
The Bears go 7 plays, 39 yards to strike first here early in the first quarter, and that's what I call making a statement.
Absolutely. One more look at this one. Leveros splitting Orlandi and Tyson Taylor, finding Elkins, who will now hold the PAT for Dean Tremoloni. The snap, the hold, the kick. Dean Tremoloni puts that one through the uprights to make it 7-0 early in the first quarter. Now, going back to Calaveras versus Summerville, a rivalry, a mother-lode rivalry, 16-1. Summerville not being able to really put the points on the board throughout the seasons, but now striking first.
Yeah, it takes time. You go through waves, go through motions, and you build up a program. And Tuolumne has been building up a program with the Tuolumne Bears Pee Wee League for quite some time. And Summerville High School, going up against Sonora High School, the crosstown high school. Sonora is always known for their sports and athletics, but Summerville has had some great runs in the athletic department in all sports, both men and girls and females. And right now, Summerville Bears football has just been on a complete upswing in a build-up program. And here tonight showing, what they've done and where they've come from, and they want the season to wrap up. They'd like nothing more than to wrap this season up 2-0 against two of their opponents that they have yet to beat for some time, and that is both Calaveras and, of course, Sonora looking ahead next week.
Something that has affected both of these teams and the entire Motherlode League is the addition of Sonora going out of their higher conference, going down a step into the Motherlode League. And this kick drops down, and it stays inside the pylon for a touchback.
Wow.
So Calaveras will have it at the 25. They thought it was going to go out for a penalty, but great job by Dean Tremoloni.
Well, they thought for sure, but yeah, you're right. What an incredible kick. I mean, right now things are just really clicking for these guys. Here comes Burciaga, Tippett, and the rest of the defense now for the second time tonight after the intercept earlier. And so now the Summerville Bears defense looking forward to try to strike again and get the ball back quick. And remember, Summerville's going to get the ball back to start the second half, as Calaveras' first drive to start the first half resulted in an interception. So already their backs are against the wall.
They're going to put 4 receiving targets out there, 2 to both sides. And there goes Orlandi. Orlandi gets it from right to left. Multiple Bears out there, but can't stop him fast enough as he gets a first.
This is a common Calaveras thing. Calaveras' running game has always been strong. They've always had very fast players, and they know how to utilize those players. And trailing behind Jake Hopper, the blocker there, you see that? He uses his blockers, and once you get to the outside and you're fast, you're going to get some yardage. Summerville has some fast defenders as well and some fast runners, but that's what you do right there to go for first down and go long. Great pickup. $13 yards on first down there for Calaveras.
And here they go again under center this time as Orlandi comes from left to right, fakes it to him, and up the gut for a gain of 5 is Jake Hopper.
Counter option handoff with a lot of misdirection. You see the quarterback similar to how Argonaut plays. May not be as clean, but they do that. Throw that ball in the air like a fake. You might have actually got a few more yards against the Summerville defense. They know a lot of these plays and team and versions of plays that these teams play. I mean, they've been playing them long enough.
Running back gets it, and met there in the back is Jake Hopper by Kyle Curran, and the ball came out late. But Calaveras is going to keep it after a loss of 2 on that carry.
Yeah, nice big hit by Kyle Curran to originally meet him and pick him up. Needed a little help and some assists. A lot of play there. That Jake Hopper is a very strong player. Again, he's a senior, 6 foot, 202 pounds. You can tell when he's out there against the other players, his size.
According to the points scored and points allowed stats, the final should be Summerville 30 to the Calaveras 18, but that's, of course, if those stats hold up. And on an educated based off performance and how they've done, the final would be closer, more like Summerville 28-24. Summerville making the strong stands offensively and defensively, so we're not sure how close that could actually be as Orlandi picks up another first.
Well, if Orlandi and the Calaveras Big Red continue to pick up yardage like that, this could be even closer. But, yeah, what you're saying there is we could be seeing here a barn burner here tonight by the end of the game.
So move the chains down to the 46, still not in Bears territory yet. Putting out the 4 targets again. Watch for Orlandi, close receiver on the left side. Low snap, hands it off in motion Finds a big hole once again. Flag in the backfield, and he's taken down after a gain of 12, but we'll see the white hat through the flag. Personal foul, chop block on Summerville. One more look at it. It's going to be near, and you saw it right there.
Midfield. Coming in a little too low.
Good look by the ref, so that's 15 yards from the penalty, which happened at the 50. So 15 yards from there, has it at the 35-yard line.
Penalties began to plague both teams in the junior varsity game prior to this one. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time. That's a big foul. That's one that's avoidable. That's coachable. But, my goodness, that gave them a huge jump in yardage downfield. Puts them in a great position here to possibly score.
So 1st and 10 for Calaveras. They have 3 receivers left, one to the right. Looking to throw short pass left side. It's Orlandi. He gets 5 before taken down by 2 different Bears. And that will be credited to number 45, Tristan Tarter, on the tackle.
Bears really want to stop Calaveras here, but a nice little pass play in the flat, giving them that extra yardage. There's something to show a balanced offense, not just run. We can also throw the ball. And again, during pregame reps, we were watching the quarterback was throwing some good 20, 30-yard deep passes to his receivers. So they may have that in their arsenal, too, if they really need it.
Second and 5, pitch pass up the middle, a dangerous one, and he's taken down for a loss of 3.
Boy, you called that extremely dangerous, right in the middle of traffic there. But thankfully, Boitano, 5'9", 155 senior, number 5, was able to hold on to it, keep it, and just take the hit. Coming in blasting through the hole was Ruben Herrera for the Summerville Bears, so a nice big tackle for Herrera and the company.
Calaveras finds themselves at 3rd and long. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Summerville already up 7-0. Quarterback's looking right before he takes the snap. Here it goes, looking to throw left side, and nearly intercepted again, but drops incomplete. That was Dean Trimoloni on the defense.
Boy, he got the interception in the first series. He almost had another one here as the quarterback led the receiver a little too far and almost into the hands of the defender. We noticed in this play here, unlike Calaveras, when they normally throw, they keep a tight end tight. They actually spread out the entire offense, which spread the defense. But Summerville likes that man-on-man defense, especially from the corners. We got some very well-conditioned defenders who can play the ball. And that was a great defensive stop because here's 4th down. And a chance to get the ball back if Summerville can stop them.
Looking for a 4th down conversion. Even if they get the defense to jump, it's only 5 yards, and it's not enough. Looking like a hold in the backfield. No flags, though. Deep into the corner and overthrown. Orlandi was the intended receiver, but overthrown. Turnover on down. Summerville gets it at the 25.
Well, they went 9 plays, had a huge flag that gave them some extra yardage, but could not convert. That's big for Summerville as they now have the ball in the lead with still a few minutes to go in the first quarter here.
Over in Sonora, current score, Argonauts 7, Wildcats 6 at the end of the first. Moving a little bit faster than this current game, but both of those teams are very heavy running teams. And Summerville looks to take the field on their second offensive possession, both coming from turnovers.
From their 25, here they come.
From the pistol, it's Leveros. 3 targets to the left, and Elkins will get the handoff. Gets around the left end and taken down after a gain of 4.
3 targets to the left. What a call. He only had one man defending and a safety keeping an eye on him. He actually had an overloaded left side. He could have probably thrown to one of those guys. Nobody even covering number 6. Who's number 6? He looked like he was lost. Frankenstein on the offense. He literally was out there, had no man covering him, and just kind of spun around like, what do I do? What do I do? Who do I block? Should have thrown to him.
And Leveros communicating with the wideouts, Cribbs, and I believe that's also Wyatt Frankenstein out there. Bootleg, play action, right side, short pass, it's Frankenstein. He loses the ball as he went down, but picked up by himself, and that's going to be close to the first. Great defensive tackle, two Reds, making sure that he goes down. And 1-2 right there, flipping over the top.
Just before first snap, we had some rain falling, pretty decent water. Now it's kind of backed off, but the chill has started to set in, and The guys without gloves, keep an eye on how their ball handling is.
Leveros pushes through, finds a big hole, making his way past the 50, and he has room to run. Orlandi dragging him down at the 25 and a flag thrown as he goes out. Possibly a face mask on the defense, but waiting for the final call as Leveros broke free for a huge first down gain.
Slow developing play. It looked like he was just going to get hit at the line, maybe just wanting a couple yards, but that spin move and breaking through past the secondary, he was El Gonzo, as we say.
Pushing his way out of bounds.
Looks like it might be against quarterback run there as he put his hand against the defending's face. Curious what they're going to call here.
Take one more look after the call, waiting for the official.
You know, you immediately assume it's against defense, but I'm wondering if they may not call this against Leveros here at the end, which is normally, here it is. They sure are calling it against Leveros.
And they're going to say it's a face mask.
Oh, my.
Through that.
We have seen some interesting plays here tonight, even during the JV game. That's a face back against the offense. Usually a stiff arm doesn't create that. I don't know. I have been baffled by the officiating staff here tonight. We thought in the JV game it was just because of Halloween or something. But, man, it's continuing on even in the varsity game. That is a huge loss. That's coming literally all the way back, minus more. Wow. All of it coming back.
So a 5-yard penalty makes it third. And, well, they're placing it 5 yards to go even though they needed 1 yard. So I guess 3rd and 5 for Summerville, and now the Bears need to make a move back downfield.
My goodness.
Trips to the left side, keeping the offense tight. Elkins on Leveros' right side. Looking to throw, dropping back, scanning the field. Has room to run himself as he throws down to Jordan Cribbs. Sideline, breaks a tackle past the 40, and it's Orlandi again. But Cribbs just going to sit down on the ground and say, I've got enough yardage. I don't want to get hit right now.
Leveros waited for the right opportunity. May have actually waited a second too long there for a minute. I thought he was waiting too long. He had Cribbs downfield wide open as he turned left. Beautiful play, and we get all the yards back that we just lost to a penalty. And like you said, Cribbs said, fetal position. We'll take a break here.
From the pistol, it's Leveros. Cribbs in motion. Elkins straight up the gut, breaking through the lines. Breaks another tackle past the 30 and down inside the 25.
Summerville's really controlling this game right now. They're just firing on all cylinders. The offensive line has given enough room for Leveros to either throw. He's given the line open to allow Elkins to run. And right now it seems like Summerville can't do any wrong.
Keeping the clock going now at 1 minute left inside the 25. Summerville looking to make it 14-0 at the end of the first as he pitches it to Cribbs. He finds a big hole, sideline, touchdown Summerville! And the referee, head ref again calling it. Penalty flag in the backfield. Chains are staying on the ground. Let's take another look at that before the official call, see if we can pin exactly what happened.
It was the block by Elkins that gave Cribbs the room to run to begin with, but I'm curious what they're going to call here. Face mask against Calaveras, so that is a touchdown. And it was Elkins' block that gave Cribbs the initial push to run. 6 plays and 75 yards. The Bears in control here tonight.
And Dean Tremoloni will attempt the PAT. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bears offense in control. 14-0. 51 remaining in the first.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362.
Summerville 14, the visiting Calaveras Reds 0 on the Bears' homecoming night. They won on homecoming last year, or 2 years ago, against Delta Charter, but before that they hadn't won in 4 years on their homecoming. Already making a strong statement as Calaveras will have it from the 31 on their third offensive drive.
From the 15, not a bad run for Jake Hopper. A kick returner. He's already had a big run to start the game, even though that series ended in an interception. Getting a decent run there, trying to make something happen for his team.
Kyle Curran with another tackle, a junior. He will be a strong force on the defensive end next year when he is a senior.
Man, if he's pulling stuff like that now, you're absolutely right. Wait till that day. I mean, I don't say wait. He's the guy now, you know. But you're right. When you have another year of football left in you and another penalty against Calaveras.
10-yard penalty to be exact. Didn't get the call on that.
Probably an illegal block or something.
1st and 20. Actually, let's see. They're going to just say it's 1st and 10 as it happened during the kick return. So 1st and 10 from the 21. Calaveras fumbled the ball through the legs of the quarterback. And here comes Burciaga with the hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. No flag for a late hit by Burciaga, and the quarterback slow to get up from the end zone.
You know, there are times where the flags are not thrown. There are other times when it's thrown, and I'm just trying to figure out what it is they're looking at. Burciaga is a gamer for sure, and he had room to slow down or at least lessen the blow. We don't want to hurt anybody out here. You want a clean game, right?
I could have called 3 different penalties on that one based on the replay.
Right.
Although no call, so basically what ends up happening is everything offsets each other anyway, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Yeah, until somebody really gets hurt and then can't play next year because they're still healing.
Defense showing the dime. Orlandi in motion, gets the handoff, making his way around the left end. And he gets a huge gain for a first down.
Notice who the lead blocker was, the guy who is the lead blocker who got them some big yards last time, Jake Hopper. Again, the 6-foot, 202-pound kick returner, all-around offensive player. He's Calaveras gamer and leading that block. And that number 6 there, Orlandi, you know, he's a fast runner. He got onto the outside. You know, you're going to make some things happen. And again, we don't have a bead on the quarterback. Unfortunately, our roster didn't have him. But taking the snaps down there, I'm not sure if he's a senior, if he's got time to come back or not.
And that will do it for the first quarter. Summerville up 14 to the Calaveras Red 0 on NorCal Sports TV.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
Big Motherlode League matchup between Summerville and Calaveras. Summerville 2 scores on the board in the first quarter, up 14-0. Something that's affected both of these teams since 2014 is Sonora joining the Motherlode League. Since Sonora's addition to the league, Calaveras is 24-12, but before that, 8 of those 12 losses came from Sonora, and Summerville 10-24 in the Motherlode League since Sonora joined. And Sonora just a strong force, but in the past few years, other teams like Calaveras, Summerville, and Argonaut, 3 strong teams that are taking that top spot.
That just tells you Calaveras' dominance in the Motherlode League prior to Sonora coming in. And you know Sonora and Calaveras played in the pre-league games every year for a number of years. That was Calaveras' big school that they would play because they were just across the river, as we say, between Tuolumne and Calaveras counties. And it was always fun to play them because there were times where they really gave Sonora a run for their money in those pre-league games. So Calaveras and Sonora actually go way back.
Calaveras on 2nd and 5, throwing, caught on the right side, and that's a first down as he slips just after the markers.
Nice little play. Gardena taking the pass there. He's also a senior playing in his last game. Nice to see he has something that he can write home about. Took a pass and caught one. I mean, don't count Calaveras out for good. They're just rebuilding right now. And like I said, the coach has been here quite a while. Long tradition of football and winning tradition. But as you said, it's been 12 years since Summerville has picked up a victory against Calaveras. And they're going to do it. This is the night to do it.
Another man in motion, moving to the left side. It's Boitano. Flag in the backfield after he gains 3, but we'll see the official call if it's coming back or not.
Nice little simple run trying to get to the outside.
Possibly going to be a hold there by Orlandi. Saw it on the replay in the top corner, and it is exactly that. And Orlandi trying to mix it up with the refs and say, I didn't do that.
And way to stay in his lane and to continue to pull and get that tackle. Burciaga first on the scene to stop him. Burciaga also playing his last home game. Of course, again, we mentioned before the Bears have one more game. It is an important league game. It's a week from tonight against Sonora. They would love nothing more than to get the victory tonight and then put their eyes on the Wildcats and try to stop the Cats as well. I mean, that would completely change the whole gamut of the league if that was to take place. Right now, they've got Calaveras to consider and to make sure that they follow through with this game. But these seniors playing at home for the last time tonight are putting on a real clinic for the crowd.
Split backs, man in motion, ball on the ground, Bears jumping on it, but it looks like the quarterback got to it first.
We've seen a few failed snaps tonight. We don't know if it's because of a wet ball, new centers, sometimes getting that snap down there. Let's take a look. Yeah, sometimes the center looked like he just kind of stood up as he snapped, and you have to stay low, snap, otherwise that ball's going to hit your glutes, and it's not going to find the hands of the quarterback.
2nd and 20 now for Calaveras. Quarterback running all the way to the sideline and back. We've seen that from a lot of high school teams, even JCs sometimes, and it really takes a lot of energy away from the quarterbacks.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true.
And just because, especially for Calaveras, the quarterback doesn't run too much, they still have to lead the team and be in that right mindset. So going back and forth every single time isn't good for those energy levels. As Calaveras takes a timeout, 2nd and 20 when we come back.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV.
2nd and 20 for the Calaveras Reds. Ball deep in the backfield. Robert Burciaga fighting for it, and Kyle Curran getting the ball for Summerville inside the 20.
Burciaga's having himself a game here tonight. That entire defensive series that we just watched against Calaveras was mostly Burciaga almost on every play. Not because of just it's Burciaga, the plays have been there, but look at that. He was jumping on the line the minute that ball was snapped. He knew it. You have to give him just as much credit as the fumble recovery as Currid, who was able to solidify it. But now here's the Bears striking or threatening to strike once again out of nowhere. Offense probably wasn't even ready.
The ball went straight in between Hopper and the quarterback. I don't think either of them are ready. They weren't even looking at the center for the ball. And a huge, what would have been a loss of yards, just results in a Summerville ball inside the 20. And here comes Leveros in the Summerville offense looking to throw to Dean Tremoloni. And it is caught! Touchdown, Summerville! And they're going to say he dropped it at the last second. Both referees came over, said he caught it, and then they said they didn't. Let's take one more look at it.
The initial call was caught, touchdown, but I think the ball had come out.
There it is. He hits the ground, and the ball, remember, can't cause the fumble, but it looks like it could have been out early. So revert that one back to now to 2nd and 10. Leveros keeping the tight formation on the offense.
I wonder if
there
they have
goes
the courage
Cribbs.
to do it again.
Cribbs gets the pitch patch, finds the hole, and he gains only 2.
Another pretty exciting play. Unfortunate touchdown coming back, but here on 3rd down, that little pitch to Cribbs. It looks so dangerous when you see it on the replay. When it's happening live, it's exciting. You think, oh, my goodness, let's see if he can get a return, and find the hole there.
And Summerville will take their time. Braylon Leveros coming over to head coach.
A score here is what we would call a commanding lead. And that's just cliche because everybody has used it over the years.
8.5 remaining in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime show, senior night, and homecoming. And there will be a timeout called by Summerville before it's 3rd down. 14-0, Bears up over the Reds.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun.
Meeting new people, making new friends.
The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
3rd and 8 for Summerville as Leveros sets up in the pistol. Knocking out the door to score after a failed snap from Calaveras led to a turnover, and it's Kai Elkins fighting for yardage.
That's what you would say, nothing doing on that one. Calaveras defense doing a good job stopping them cold. So after what looked like was going to be maybe possibly quick score, touchdown called ineligible, dropped inside the end zone. Now Bears find themselves 4th and 5. Going to have to go for a field goal here. What are we looking at? 32 yards.
And Dean Tremoloni gets it up high and just over the crossbar, tack on an extra 3 to make it 17-0 in the second quarter.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tuolumne to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Huge turnover for Calaveras, gives it back to Summerville deep in the Reds' territory, but the Bears unable to advance into the end zone, settling for a 3-point field goal, and here comes Tuolumne to kick it back to Calaveras.
Exciting game and a 32-yard field goal, by the way. It wasn't like it was just a basic chip shot from the right hash mark. He put it through there.
Caught at the 6, and they're going to do the old Summerville switcheroo to Orlandi. Summerville not prepared for it as Orlandi stays in bounds until the 30. And nice a late flag, too. One more look. Let's see if we can capture what the flag was. And I can't pick it out at the moment.
27-yard run for the kick return.
And they're going to call a face mask against Summerville. Didn't see that on the replay. But they're going to march it forward in favor of the Reds.
26 plus 10. You're looking at a 36-yard pickup on a kick return with the penalty.
Defense in the nickel package. Turnaround handoff to Hopper, and he stopped at the line. The defense mad about the face mask call, going to keep them right there where they're at.
Nothing doing with that counter handoff. Yeah, the defense want nothing more than to stop them 3 straight and get that ball back. Face who?
Robert Bursiaga.
Yeah, he's in beast mode tonight.
I think you could hit him with the truck, and the truck will be injured.
Right. They'd probably throw a flag on Bursiaga for roughing him up too much.
And here goes Calaveras on 2nd and 10. Split backs, man in motion. Another handoff, getting yards, breaking free. It's Orlandi to the 50.
Yeah, nice run. This is what they do, smash mouth football. They're staying with the program. The coach has a great program. Their scheme of plays that they've ran for years has won them championships and big games and leagues. And so they're just staying true. They're in build-up mode, and so they have some players who can play. And, you got to look at Calaveras. They're only got 20 guys total in uniform here tonight, and 11 of them are on the field at all times.
Also, 5 of those just brought up last week. They are sophomores being tuned up into the varsity level. Not easy to do when you haven't played at the level.
Yeah, and probably not even playing, just mostly looking for support on the sideline so it doesn't look like it's only 11-man team and squad total.
Orlandi nearly taken down, but he gets 2 after being hit in the backfield.
I think right now what Calaveras wants to do is just show that they can move the ball and they can play. It's getting really cold here in Tuolumne. The chill is really coming in. The fog is really starting to roll in, and that's going to start playing a factor. As you look out there, almost every player is in short sleeves except Summerville, who are in mostly long sleeves. But the Calaveras players are in short sleeves, some with gloves and without. We've already seen a few missed snaps. Anything can happen here.
2nd and 7, another handoff. And yards after initial hit are kind of big for Calaveras. They get hit in the backfield and they could still push forward, unlike Summerville where they mostly have speed instead of that power. So Summerville just tries to bust through the line and try to find the open lanes.
When you're fast, you can just tip them over by pushing, and they'll be down. And in high school, of course, a knee down, you're down. Jake Hopper's a big guy, 6 feet, 202 pounds. Senior, has played for a while. He's their top gamer. And like you said, not as fast, and so he can push through. It's going to take a little bit more muscle to really push him and get him down.
Tailback gets it and hit directly at the line. Orlandi with the carry, but the big tackle from Summerville.
That was massive for Summerville to not even allow them to move the ball an inch on the line, maybe even losing half a yard. That was huge. That tackle by the Summerville line and the rest of the Bears line that came in for the tackle. Incredible.
Stopping him on a dime to make it 4th and short for Calaveras. We know they can make it, but the Summerville defense lining up, trying to push through. And he's going to be close, and he gets it by about a ball length.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him that half yard. Of course, they give it to the guy who has made plays for them for 4 straight years, Jake Hopper. Well, maybe not in varsity for all 4 years, but, he's been here for all 4 years.
And the fog really rolling in now. 4 minutes until the half. And I think the passing game, if Summerville is in tune with each other, can come into effect here, where the defense may not see the ball, but Summerville knows what they're running, and they're going to get the ball in the hands, but we're not sure until that can happen. So here goes Jake Hopper again, and he's met at the line by Kyle Curran and almost every single Bear on the line.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a massive stop for the Bears. It's funny how they'll have one stop, and you think, my goodness, nothing can stop these guys, and then they'll have a next play, and Calaveras will get 8-10 yards.
Now the quarterback, Bird, going to the line for Calaveras. He's under center. He gets it to the man in motion, getting around the left edge with the blocker and more. The blocker not making the block that he was supposed to. The defender stayed on his feet and made the tackle, and it's no other than Dean Tremoloni.
Tremoloni, I'll tell you, man, that's pretty big, but not before they got the first down. That's Jake Hopper, the lead blocker, and that's their big running back, and they make things happen together.
You see, he hit Dean Tremoloni, but he didn't take him down, and as a blocker, you need to make sure he's on the ground so he can't make the tackle afterwards. But Dean Tremoloni, for the defense, taking a big hit, then making the big hit. I formation, 4 targets. It's Orlandi. Elkins was in the backfield, couldn't get him, and there goes the rest of the Bears. Orlandi getting 6.
Yeah, he really wanted to get around that outside, but Jake Hopper, who was supposed to be his lead blocker, was actually following behind him, trying to catch up to him, and he couldn't. That just tells you the speed. Watch this right here. Orlandi's running. Hopper's going to try to chase him down to get ahead of him, and he can't because Orlandi's too fast. But for the Bears, already on it between Corey Ketchum and Logan Slater there. Were able to chase him down and stop him after only 4 yards. I mean, literally, had he turned that corner and got around from the outside, he would have been gone.
I believe this is the closest that Calaveras has been to scoring. The first offensive possession resulted in an interception taken back into Calaveras territory. But we'll see what the Reds can do as they stick with the run game.
Trying to go counter. They are going to get a good 4 yards there, so 3rd down and short coming up. They started at their 37. That was the 10th play of the game, now going into the 11th play of the game. So this is a big drive for Calaveras here, and Summerville would love nothing more than to spoil it.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. Summerville up 17-0. I don't think anybody, even the Summerville fans, even me, expected a score like this early in the first half, but Summerville, sure enough, doing it on the offensive and defensive end as Summerville looks to get the ball back before half, so we're going to take a timeout.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
3rd and short for Calaveras. looking for the third down conversion just to put it closer to the end zone. They're down by 17 with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Orlandi. He fights for the first and plenty more inside the 15. They're saying the ball's out. Both teams calling that they have it.
Yeah, I saw the ball get punched out before he was down, but they say Calaveras ball will retain. 13th play of the game coming up. Again, they started at their 37 slowly but surely, and now in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Summerville 15. And it may appear that your screen is getting a little faded and dark. That's because the fog is really starting to roll in, and it's actually affecting the cameras here that we use for the broadcast. You couldn't see it just a few minutes ago, but you'll notice now things are starting to get a little darker, and that's that fog rolling in.
1st and 10, and they go around the left side, and the Bears meet them there, and something came out of his pocket.
Well, trying to get around the outside, Boitano and company there, trying to get that speed. You see he had to run about 30 yards just to get around. Look at the speed he had, but he could not turn. And Corey Ketchum not only put the hurt on him, but caused something to go flying. That may have been a play band or something around his wrist.
Still able to gain 7 yards on the carry. Easy to get the yardage when you're running around the outside and you just have to cut upfield inch by inch. Still have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs. Orlandi again, and he's hit at the line. Multiple Bears there and finally taken down. It's number 50, and we don't have that on the roster.
He bounced off Elkins to begin with, but it was enough to slow him down. That created the opportunity for the rest of the Bears defense to stop him. Watch the hit. Boom, Elkins, nope, I'm going to keep going. Even Tippett coming flying through the hole there.
An update from Sonora High. Argonaut is up 14-6 at the half. You can join Mario Ramos and Jeremy Hurtado right now live on NorCal Sports TV, or stick with us here. Two big Motherlode League matchup as Orlandi gets another carry, end zone, touchdown, first points of the game for Calaveras, and it comes late in the second quarter.
Well, it took them 15 plays. They eventually got there, and 63 yards for the touchdown. They can do it.
One more look at that one, finding the big hole, and Corey Ketchum was unable to get there in time, and out comes Orlandi again, who just scored the touchdown to hold for the PAT, and it will be Brock Gardena. Mentioned his name a few times, both on offense and defense, and we'll see how his kicking abilities are. A bad hold, and that goes way underneath the crossbar, and a false start on Calaveras anyway. I'm sure it will be declined as it didn't go through. And waiting for the official call. One more look at that one. It was a bad snap and went underneath, but they're going to give Calaveras another chance. Since it happened before, it's just going to be that an extra few yards away. So they have another chance, and that one's blocked. Kyle Curran getting a hand on it to stop Calaveras from getting an extra point. Summerville 17, Calaveras 6. Another opportunity for the Bears when we come back.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362.
17-6, Summerville up over Calaveras, and Summerville has one more opportunity to score with 35 seconds. as Egger jumps on the ball at about the 33. A good stop by him offensively.
Yeah, the man with the hands, right? Ball was kicked low. Don't try to be a hero. Just jump on it, stop it. Great field position, Summerville from their 31. I mean, they've got a big lead here with only about 34 seconds to go in the second quarter, but they also get the ball back to start the third. Don't forget that.
From the pistol, it's Leveros. 2 receivers to both sides in the slot. And it's Elkins. He gets 7 on the carry. And it doesn't look like Summerville wants to get into the end zone, just run the time off the clock, maybe make a big play if they can and find the hole.
Yep, they're going to try to get one more here.
I wouldn't risk the pass. Summerville, in their first game against Waterford for the season, ran back an interception for a touchdown at the end of the first half, and that put them up going into the half. But that'll end this half. 17-6, Summerville will receive in the second half. And
oh no, that Summerville called a timeout.
And there we go. They're gonna.
They may want to run. Yeah, they may want to go for it anyway.
Like I was talking about earlier, in Summerville's first game of the season against Waterford, Waterford decided to go and throw with 1 second left on the clock in the first half. Summerville ended up intercepting it, moving from all the way right to left, all the way around the field, found themselves in the end zone to score a touchdown and go up at the end of the first half. Don't want to see that here from Calaveras, but we'll see if Summerville, fog rolled away, clear skies for them.
The weather is so temperamental here tonight. We've had rain, drizzling, sprinkling, fog like why? Like you said, it literally just cleared out. We were sitting in the clouds for a few minutes, and now it's completely gone.
And with the timeout, you can assume that they're going to go deep and try to find Cribbs, Frankenstein, any receiver that they can. But instead, they stick with the run game. Elkins possibly looking to throw, but he's going to be taken down instead. And finally, clocks are at 0. Summerville 17, Calaveras 6. Stay tuned for the halftime show with the cheerleaders and possibly a special surprise right here on NorCal Sports TV.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
The first basketball candidates to arrive
Well, if Summerville beats the North, then all the time would be absolutely
And our fourth candidate tonight is Happy Peters. Happy is the daughter of Benton Peters. Winning power food fights in Mississippi, sang at the rally, going to freshman year, after high school to Columbia, her future plans are to complete 2 years at Columbia and transfer to a 4-year school. She was excited by her father, Happy Peters.
Healthy on the ticket. Not gonna lie. Healthy on the ticket.
And our fifth and final candidate tonight is anticipation has been building. I already have Summerville 2021 homecoming queen. Will it be Karen? Not All right, now for the big moments that these young ladies will remember for the rest of their lives. We have Michaela passing out the roses. Only one will be named Queen.
No, you're not. No.
It's just like Scott. Okay, Ron, go.
All right, everybody has the ball.
That is real keeping the fish.
They're interacting.
Oh, also, my mom is very sad, and she was like, "Oh, since you're going to."
Oh, he was supposed to be in the boxers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tuolumne to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was meeting new people, because I thought there's going to be very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
High school football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Hi. How are you?
Summerville Bears football back from the half. Homecoming night at Thorstead Field. 2 minutes before the second half showdown. Summerville does receive the kickoff. They've had a strong showing of offense and defense. Calaveras putting on their first points late in the second quarter.
Yeah, they need to keep the pedal to the metal, as you say, keep that fire burning in their heart, in their belly that they've got already, and keep playing their game. They can control the second half by doing what they did in the first half. And the rain has been off and on. The chill is really on. Not very many people have left, even though it has been raining. So people want to stick around to see how this is going to pan out. It's been 12 years since Summerville has got a victory over Calaveras. They'd love to do it here at home. Calaveras in a rebuilding stage, only 20 people here in uniform to begin with, 11 of them playing at any time, and they have just had a really hard season. Their last game of the season here tonight. No chance for postseason play for them this year, but Summerville, a lot riding on those guys tonight, because a victory tonight And a possible Sonora victory at home at Dunleavy Field could make for a very exciting end-of-the-season game next week.
And Sonora just tied up the score over at Dunleavy Field 14-14. So if you want to go and join Mario Ramos and Jeremy Hurtado, you can do that, or watch it on demand anytime, NorCalSportsTV.com, or on YouTube at NorCalSportsTV.
Yeah, a lot of excitement building, as always, toward the end of the year. And it's a strange year. We got Bret Hart with no football squad on the varsity level. You got people like Amador and Calaveras, who are normally huge players in the Motherlode League, with Sonora leading most of the time in the 7 years that they've been in the Motherlode League, just kind of running the charge. It's always been between Argonaut, Amador, so forth there, Calaveras for second place, and so on and moving on. And in this year, without Bret Hart, and Argonaut having an incredible season, only losing one game so far this season, but being undefeated in league, and Sonora being undefeated in league. Then you've got Summerville, who have lost a couple of really important games and lost a tough one to Argonaut last week, yet at the same time come out here playing, and a win tonight could possibly put the Motherlode League into a 3-game tie for first place.
And when we look at the playoff projections, D6 Argonaut is projected to be in the number 2 spot, and Summerville slotted in the number 10, while Sonora, the anticipated Motherlode champ, will move on to D5 if it works out in that fashion. But, of course, we're never too sure. With Sonora and Argonaut being tied right now, there's a chance for a 3-way tie in the Motherlode League.
Yep, and you wonder why or how the schools go up or down in divisions and post. That's because the CIF ranks them individually in a different bracket. Sonora, they would consider a larger school, and you wonder, well, why don't the leagues do that? Why is Sonora in the Motherlode League a smaller, division than what they play in the postseason? Well, technically, Sonora just hasn't had the amount of population of students, even though they dominate. And why they get moved up has always been a surprise since they got moved down into the Motherlode League in their divisions. But that's just how it is in the CIF. And then you've got schools like Summerville who then roll down with Argonaut, And when you start looking at the games in the postseason and you start coming to those games, you'll see how those teams really match up. So an exciting postseason still to come for Motherlode League teams as we root them on and their individual brackets and their divisions. And it's always exciting when they get to this point. And don't forget, we also have girls volleyball. Sonora High School has one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and they are moving on after rolling through a near-perfect season in girls volleyball. All the fall sports coming to an end before the spring sports season takes off. So got to remember all those other sports as well.
Both teams warming up before they go out there for the kick. 2 players not suited up for Summerville, but on the sidelines due to injuries. Number 33, George Henderson, who does play some offense. We saw that in Argonaut, but he's mainly a defensive player, makes a lot of stops on the sidelines tonight, as well as Carson Cooper, one of the linemen on both sides of the ball.
In high school ball, peewee ball, you'll get players that play both sides, but when you have a high school team where you got a player who doesn't necessarily have to play both sides, they're healthy, strong, and Summerville's got some of those players.
17-6, an 11-point lead for Summerville. They had 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Calaveras had the 1 touchdown, but unable to get the extra point on their lone touchdown. They went back for the extra point. They had a false start, so they went back a few extra yards, even though they missed the field goal. And on that kick, Kyle Curran got a hand on it, and that's where it puts us at 17-6 at the start of the third quarter.
And both teams had the ball 4 times in the first half. Calaveras only scoring on 1 of those 4 drives. Summerville scoring on 3 of those 4 drives.
And, of course, that 4th drive was the end of the second quarter, so they just didn't have a chance. They only had 35 seconds worth of plays to do, and that was the 4th drive, so they basically scored on every single one besides the shortened one due to the end of the half. And Jordan Cribbs breaking free on the kick return inside Calaveras territory, starting as well as they did on their first drive.
Oh, my goodness. What a run by Cribbs as he had to pick up a dropped ball to start. No switcheroonie, razzle-dazzle, magic, whatever you call it, to start this one. He just picked it up and just started running from about the 17. And like you said, getting across midfield in Calaveras territory. What a great way to start a second half. But that just tells Calaveras, hey, you forget you're playing football against Summerville here.
And Summerville always comes out swinging. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot here from the pistol. It's Leveros. They stick with the run game. It's Kai Elkins for a gain of a few.
Yeah, we really want that, don't we? Every time we see him out there, this could be the one, this could be the one. Well, you know, Calaveras coaches are saying, hey, this might be the one, this might be the one. But, you know, what's working for them is the run game, although they only got a couple of yards there. We're just starting the second half. Got to warm those muscles up again. But, man, that was a hard-fought run. And, of course, Jake Hopper, their big gamer, number 21 on the tackle.
Had the option, gives it to Elkins, and he breaks free for a first.
Man, that was huge. Did you see the hole he got from the line as they loaded up that left side? That was absolutely remarkable and textbook football playing. Watch this play here. They loaded up number 53. Who is that? And the other player who split it, number 75, 53 and 75. Jordan Wynn and Hunter Anderson both split in the line that gave Elkins that hole.
Trips to the left side. It's Leveros back in the pistol. Multiple receivers to the right as well. Bootleg defense flying in. Gets around one. Gets around two. And he's going to take it himself down to the 31. We're going to give it at the 31, but he gains 6 yards. It seemed to me like he was still not past the line of scrimmage, but he ends up gaining 6.
Yeah, he was still questioning whether he should throw it or not because he wanted to. Chase down 1, break 2. Now we're going to meet Jake Hopper, squeaks by him, whoop, and then just drag the defender who eventually grabbed his foot. You're right, a hard-fought 6 yards, but, man, I didn't think he got that far.
And here they go again. Elkins finding another big hole. The Bears just making their way down the field to the 20, now inside the red zone on a few short plays.
Even Frankenstein down there throwing a block that Elkins didn't even use. I mean, you got blockers you're not even using. I'll block for you, but I'm not going to use it. Watch right here. Boom. Frankenstein right, so he cuts left. Then he cuts back right. What a run.
Moving the chains, not quite set yet, but the Bears take the snap. Elkins right side. Flag down late off the right side. Might be a hold on Cribbs. And they're going to talk about it. And that's exactly what it is. Let's take a look at that one, see if we could pinpoint exactly where it was at. Or not, they're going to call holding. So the Bears move back quite a few yards there.
Yeah, it's a big holding penalty against them there. First down, but 20 yards to go. They're kind of controlling it right now. The clock is running.
So 1st and 20 now. The Bears, the way they've been playing this offensive drive, I'd just stick to the run game again and see if Elkins could pick up the yardage. Play action, bootleg. Nearly tripped up, breaks free, spin move down to the 25 is where they're going to mark him.
Leveros really wants to throw that ball. He's really waving down there, wanting his receivers to get open, moving around. But, man, he can pick up yardage just by spinning and doing his own thing. He was looking.
The issue with that one for Leveros is he decided to bootleg to the right side where most of his big targets were to his left, and it's easy to do when you fake the handoff to go to the opposite side. But if he just kept pushing behind Elkins, moving across the plane into the flat, he would have had multiple options as this one's through the hands of Leveros, picks it up, and he's taken down back at the 40, 3rd in a plane ride.
Yeah. Big tackle by Brock Gardena, the senior for Calaveras. And so Calaveras defense now making a stance saying, hey, you're up by 11. We're going to try to stop you. We want this ball. This is the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. 9th play of the drive coming up. Summerville started at the Calaveras 49 and somehow find themselves 3rd down and long at the Calaveras 40.
3 minutes into the 3rd quarter as well. First look at the shotgun formation with 3 receivers to the left and Dean Tremoloni in the slot. Dropping deep back into Calaveras territory, and that's an incomplete pass. So now 4th and very long. Braylon Leveros, also the punter, who can pinpoint his way into the Coffers corner.
Yeah, and we see here the Bears will have to punt it away for the first time tonight. So Calaveras with a huge defensive stop against the Summerville Bears.
And this is the first punt of the game correct?
It is the first punt of the game. And remember, the opening drive for Calaveras resulted in an interception, giving it to Summerville. Summerville's opening drive of the third quarter here gets it up on a punt to Calaveras.
And Coffer's corner it goes as Calaveras picks it up at the 1. Ball's poked out, and Summerville jumps on it. But then Calaveras picking it up as it slipped out of the hands of Cribbs. Interested to see exactly what happened piece by piece.
Because the ball was punched out as the risky move of the ball returner decided to pick it up and run. He picks it up, begins to run, ball punched out, and then bounces back and into the hands of that fellow there. My goodness.
One more look at it, a little slower this time. He did stay in bounds, and that one popped out. It was number 21, Jake Hopper, who the ball just bounced straight into his hands. If it didn't do that, the Bears would have had it either in the end zone or close to it.
I thought that's what was going to happen, but you're right. That's what should have happened, and a very risky move for that kick returner for Calaveras, who was trying to make something happen and be a hero, and he should have just literally got out of the way. But a fabulous punt nonetheless by Braden Leveros, because you called the Coffer's corner. You can't put it any more in the Coffer's corner than in that Coffer's corner that he just kicked. That is the corner of all Coffer's corners I've seen in a long time. And I'm surprised that Summerville didn't touch the ball down there by the goal line. Had they touched it, that ball's dead. But it looks like the player had just kind of skipped right past it, and I'm wondering if that's what the chatter is about right now. Did he touch it? Was it down at the 1?
And the Calaveras coach talking to the referee on the sideline far over there. They do have the chain set, and Summerville jumping up and down trying to stay warm so that they could try to make a big defensive stop and keep Calaveras in the end zone, possibly for a safety. Still talking about it on that far sideline. Tomorrow you can join me and Mario Ramos in Merced as the Merced College Blue Devils face off against Monterey Peninsula. Unfortunately, Justin Flores can't make the trip with me, so you can join me and Mario. But in a few weeks, Merced will be facing off again, and you will be with me that time.
Yeah, that's been an amazing season watching the guys down there. And I'll tell you, the Blue Devils have had an amazing season, and tomorrow is one of those kind of you call it interleague play, interconference play, and that is going to be a big game. And offensive lineman Jeremy Hurtado, who's also on the NorCal Sports TV staff, who you hear a lot on the broadcast, he's the O-line coach, and he has done some remarkable work with those guys because they hold their own and give that quarterback out of Sonora, by the way, who went to Bret Hart. I'm drawing a blank on his name for some reason.
Ryan Kraft.
Right, yes. He has had a remarkable season, and he, too, because that O-line gives him those time. They're a fun team to watch. So you might want to bookmark or subscribe to the YouTube page of NorCal Sports TV because the best in high school and collegiate sports is there, and you will find some of the best stuff, including tomorrow's Merced matchup.
And that's at 1 p.m. Make sure to tune in with me, Levi Flores, and Mario Ramos. Also, coming up soon is the start of Columbia College Claim Jumper basketball. All home games live streamed on NorCal Sports TV, and you do not want to miss one of the most exciting teams, not only in the Central Valley Conference, but also in the state of junior colleges.
And one of the most exciting coaches you will see in Rob Hoyt, who is a former Sonora High Wildcat who made a name for himself on the football gridiron back in the day that I got a chance to call a long time ago. He also played basketball, and he is an incredible man who finds the players around the states to play for Columbia. And they also move on. I guess they're the most they have the team that has more D1 NCAA school students and sports athletes from the small collegiate level, I think. So they're really discussing out here, hey, Dion, do we still have the replay on that kick return? Can we see that one more time? I'm wondering if the coaches are questioning this right here. Okay, it wasn't touched. I wonder, though, if they're arguing that the ball may have been touched. Or was he down at the 9? I don't know whether at one point I thought maybe the ball might have been touched by the kick return team. As you see right here, sliding. Is it touched? No, that's Cribbs. He's way far away. But, in real time, that ball can be.
And he wasn't out of bounds there. Also, one other thing is that it was a fumble, but the ball was not advanced. They whistled the ball dead, even though it was a clear fumble. But the way that they're marching this right now does not look good to me or the Summerville fans.
Yeah, have we even seen? I mean, we didn't see a flag, right? Or are they going to say we want you to punt that again? Did Calaveras? Here we go.
Let's see.
Oh, they're going to call player downfield. Is that what that was?
I do believe so.
I never even saw a flag to begin with.
Can we see that one more time before the snap?
Now they're calling a play that we didn't even know. We hadn't even seen a flag on the play. Maybe Calaveras threatened and said those guys were downfield before the ball ever got through. I still don't understand. And now they're moving it even further. We might as well just Calaveras the ball inside the goal line. Let's just, I really don't know what's happening here. We've seen some interesting things from the officiating staff, and I hate to pick on fellas. They're just humans. But, man, they've made some strange calls here tonight.
So it is Summerville now, again, 4th down and very, very long. So Leveros has another opportunity to punt, and this one's caught inside the 10. And now Calaveras has a better chance, breaking through the hole to the 30, and here comes Leveros pushing him out.
Okay, so they just made him repunt it. After all that, Calaveras made him repunt. They didn't like being inside their own 7. So now they have a better field position. Okay. Guess I don't know enough about the game to comment on every single thing. But in a way, that kind of went in favor of Summerville in a sense, and even Calaveras, I guess.
Sticking with the run game, getting past the lineman this time. Happy about that run. Second and about 5 for Calaveras, and they blow the play dead before they have the chance, and that's a false start. Currently the score of the Sonora-Argonaut game, Sonora Wildcats up 21-14 after Argonaut led early in the first half. That will determine what the MLL standings are, and it will be a big game next week. Summerville faces off against Sonora for the big crosstown rivalry and for possibly the MLL champ.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single game right now is important for every single team. Summerville needs to continue to focus on this game right here against Calaveras before they focus on Sonora.
Bounces off his own offensive lineman, able to get a few yards after doing so, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
But as we watch the drama unfolding here at Thorstead Field and watching it unfold at Dunleavy Field, we have that opportunity to kind of look at the what-ifs. And again, Sonora pulling away by a touchdown after Argonaut was pretty much, it looked like they were controlling it there for a while. It's tough to walk into Sonora's Dunleavy Field and walk away with a victory. But Argonaut is a gamer. We watched them play last week, and they know how to play football. They're not going to go down easy.
It's Bird on 3rd and 6. Tailback run, and he's met at the line by a pack of Bears. Gain of nothing, 4th down now. Calaveras, who had the ball at their own 7-yard line, made Summerville go 15 yards back, re-kick the ball, and now it's 4th down for him.
A 3 and out. I'm curious what they might want to do, what they're going to do here, being down by 11 with the clock running here, even though it's still the 3rd quarter, but looks like the coaches are going to go for it.
Watch out for the passing options. They don't do it very often, but when they do, it's a surprise. It's Bird, and they stick with the running game. Trips up, and he's short of the 1st down, but we have to wait for the official call, of course. Right now, they're marking it at the 40. Been generous all night for the spot of the ball. And still waiting for any chains to be moved. And now they finally point Summerville's way, and they take over at the 40 of Calaveras. So obviously short there from the 1st down marker, which was at the 41. And that running back going down inside the 40.
Calaveras just wants to leave it all out on the field. No what-ifs. What happened had we not punted? Would we have gotten the 1st down? Well, they didn't punt. They didn't get the 1st down, but still they're leaving it out on the field. They're playing their game.
Elkins pushing through the hole. A 1st down, a big gain after getting hit nearly at the line.
one of the things these teams have not been used to this week, even though it's been raining and cloudy, it hasn't been this cold this week. So the teams have not played in the cold yet. This is the first real cold game in the Mother Lode in general. It's actually been quite warm each afternoon, and these teams preparing for practice. Just a week ago tonight at Argonaut, we were dealing with warm temperatures in the mid-70s as the sun was going down. And so this is the first real cold night, and this is where we're going to see the real conditioning of the players as the cold really starts to set in here.
Referee coming over to talk to one of the Summerville coaches, and Braylon Leveros will recoup with the head coach. 1st and 10 from the 30. Leveros running back to the huddle. Interested to see now what they're going to do. They got the first down on their first play. And a few clock issues. Now Summerville finally coming up to the line. Leveros went over to the sidelines twice. Quarterback keeper finding his way down, pushing through again, just like Elkins did on the previous play. Gain of 9 or 10 yards. They're going to mark him close to that first down.
One of the things Summerville is used to, we have a hurt player on the field, but one of the things Summerville is used to is the coach will line up a number of plays for the team, and Leveros may be getting that call of a laundry list of plays to pull from. And then going out there, unfortunately, of all teams to have an injury, Calaveras with only 20 players in uniform here tonight. Most of them, 11 of them, are the ones playing.
And it is their final game right now. Summerville 17, Calaveras 6. More Bears football on NorCal Sports TV.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124.
The injured player finally up on his feet and moving to the sidelines. Summerville up 17-6 on NorCal Sports TV. Another score in the Sonora game, but to find out who it was, you have to go and watch right now with Mario Ramos and Jeremy Hurtado closing the game out as Kai Elkins gets another carry up the left side, 10-yard line, fighting past the defender, but down inside the 5.
Yeah, Summerville scoring right now will pretty much do it for them, but I'll tell you, it hasn't been necessarily easy. It hasn't been easy on both sides. The score could be a lot wider, but, the first cold night, rainy night, Summerville right now just in control and really wants to burn a lot of that clock off.
And, of course, we have to say congratulations to former Summerville High Class President and Summerville alum Connor McGee for being engaged, just learning about that a few minutes ago. And here goes Summerville, Kai Elkins, left side. And spinning his way through, official call, it's going to be just shy as he knocks down the pylon, and another flag down. And holding against Summerville, so whether he got it or not, they're bringing it back. And they're going to call that on Jordan Cribbs. If we get that one more time, he actually just is doing his job blocking off that left side. You see him, number 11. He's fighting his way right there. They call that a hold, but he was really just blocking. If anything, it was a push in the back.
Well, that gives them a little more room to breathe, more clock to burn. But yeah, we've seen so many different calls here tonight. Some are like, okay, and some are like, wow, what happened to the call there?
First and goal from the 15. Leveros fakes, keeps it himself. Big hole and taken down by Hopper at the 6.
Wow, what a run. They're just keeping it on the ground. They're just doing their thing. That was a beautiful play. Elkins on the bite. And, of course, Jake Hopper on the tackle, right? He's been there all night.
Coming in late, too, is Brock Gardina, who is trying to punch the ball out and get it back for Calaveras. Leveros rolling right, short pass, back of the end zone, caught, touchdown, Summerville. Leveros finding Cribbs for another 6 on the board. Summerville 23 to the Calaveras 6. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. In Summerville still striking, making the statement against this tough MLL matchup. And Dean Trimoloni putting it high through the uprights again, making it 24-6. Summerville leads with 4 left in the third quarter on NorCal Sports TV.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tuolumne to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Summerville scoring again, 24-6 against the visiting Calaveras Reds. And now Calaveras with a full head of steam, trying to get down into Bear territory and make this one a game.
From the 6 to the 34, the one thing they've done today on the kick returns is had a lot of yards. Calaveras now starting from their own 34 for this series. I mean, we're still, what's crazy to me is that we're still in the third quarter. After all that game time in that play, the Summerville Bears going 6 plays, 40 yards, but not burning a lot of game time off the clock. But it seemed like it took a long time. The flags really slowed them up. Got some players out there. Look like they could be some of those freshmen we were talking about that are in the game. And that's got to be a scary thing. Bearded 18-year-old men playing football against you as a freshman. That's got to be a huge age difference. That must be scary.
A reverse, it was Orlandi handing it off around the right side, and Summerville catches on, but not after he gets the first.
Yeah, it did take them some time, didn't they? Yeah, Egger, man, he got around that corner, and Egger realized, oh, my gosh, that's the guy with the ball. Yeah, that was a nice run, a nice play on that return, the reverse, excuse me. But right there, Egger was like, wow, you really have the ball. And see, that's the thing about Calaveras. That's what they've been known for. They have speed runners, and if they get around the outside, that's what normally happens. They got that outside. They're going to take off.
Near midfield. Quick handoff, and Burciaga taking him down at the 40. A loss of about 8.
Let me tell you something. Burciaga just saved the Bears' skin on the defensive stop, because this, again, is that same. Look at how fast he was. If Burciaga hadn't grabbed that jersey to bring him down, of course, Tippett came in to help finish him off. But, man, that was massive for the defense, because that runner, who we haven't seen, we don't know much about him. We don't even have his name. You can tell already just from the previous run on the 10 yards he got and then that run how quickly he can run.
And I know what you're thinking, that was a horse collar tackle, but it wasn't. For a horse collar tackle, you have to have your hand inside the pads, but Burciaga only had the jersey, and that's why it's a clean tackle. And we see Calaveras again trying to fight its way through the middle, but only a gain of a half a yard.
Summerville defense is just making it hard on Calaveras. As you see, number 74 for Summerville, Robert Burciaga, picking up the runner, number 21, Jake Hopper, a fellow senior, both wrapping up. Of course, Jake Hopper's playing in his final game of his high school career. He's been their gamer. He's like literally a 6 foot, 200-plus pounder. And to see a fellow senior picking him up after tackling him, that's class right there. You know, just, you don't beat a guy when he's down. You know, you play your game, you stop him, then you pick him up, you know.
3rd and long. Calaveras drops the ball in the backfield again, and Bird picks it up. Too many fumbles from Calaveras, just a free giveaway of a play. It goes from just 3rd down automatically to 4th as he drops down on it.
That's been the tough play as the snaps tonight for Calaveras as well.
And I know Calaveras wants to stay in this one, but with 4th and long deep in their own territory, is it good for them to go for it? Bird staying on the field, and over comes Braden Brim. And off of the field goes Alberto Molina, and Calaveras will rethink their strategy with a timeout on 4th and about 20. NorCal Sports TV.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
Calaveras does end up punting after rethinking their strategy, and that comes down and takes a Bears bounce back towards the Calaveras side, and Summerville will start at the 42.
You talk about things just going Summerville's way, even a punt to them goes their way and takes a bounce. And that's the first punt of the night for Calaveras. We've seen Summerville punt once tonight, now Calaveras with their first punt of the night.
Showing 4 targets out there with Cribbs in motion. Gives it to Cribbs again around the right edge, and he fights for a first down.
Boy, that play was coming right for us, and you look in hindsight and think, my goodness, he may have got 9 yards, but he could have actually ran for a touchdown if he'd have utilized that outside blocker. I think it was a little too far outside of him, but you got Elkins that threw the first block, but there was number 4 on the outside, Dean Tremoloni, that could have possibly given him the extra push he needed to take off.
Second and inches. Leveros gives to Elkins. Huge hole up the middle, and he fights for a huge gain. Not only the first down, but deep inside Calaveras territory.
Man, fabulous gaming. Nice run, no matter who's getting the ball right now for Summerville. I mean, even a snap that was outside Leveros' hands, you see he grabbed it. You know, was able to bring it in and turn around and then the give.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just
being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
I was going to text my brother, but I thought, no, I don't want to get involved.
At the end of the third quarter, it's Summerville 24, Calaveras 6. And Summerville looking to the sidelines for the plays, figuring out what to do and how to keep this lead in the fourth quarter.
Yep, it's been all Summerville, and now heading into the fourth quarter with a pretty commanding lead in the ball. One more score, that'll definitely do it. I mean, Calaveras, I don't think, is going to have it in them to try to, you know, get any score. But, you know, we've watched anything happen, you know. There's a term that says any given Sunday, and that's usually with the NFL games. Well, you know what, any given Friday, anything can happen.
And there's Elkins, and tripped up, but keeping on his feet, gets a little shove from Jordan Cribbs, and they're only a 10-yard gain. I thought he was going for 20.
Yeah, no kidding. It's been all Summerville here tonight as they've just continued to dominate on the field and almost on every run. 10-plus yards right now. They're gaining almost on every play.
You see him tripped up there and then bumps into the back of Jordan Cribbs, which keeps him on his feet, and Calaveras able to stop him after the first.
And again, this is big tonight. 12 years since Summerville has gotten a victory over Calaveras. Been a long time coming.
From the 29, play action. Leveros in some trouble, fighting one defender, fighting two, and loses a yard.
And this is the heart of Calaveras. They're not going to stop playing their game, you know. Calaveras is going to continue to play their game. They may be losing, they may be going down, but they're not going to give up. And that's this stop right here. You know, they found themselves in trouble. And who is it? You know, it's the top players that we've seen all night for Calaveras on the stop. I mean, I don't know how much juice this guy has in him, how much Wheaties he ate this morning, but number 21, Jake Hopper, and then there's Brock Gardena as well. Both seniors playing in their final high school game of high school football.
And they just stopped one of the best quarterbacks in the Motherlode League for a loss of 2 as Leveros decides to give it to Elkins, and he gains 5.
Nice, and you say that in a way that, you know, they were able to stop one of the top quarterbacks of the league, probably one of the top in the region, and that's pretty big. Despite losing this late in the game, that just shows that they're not stopping playing their game.
3rd down and 8 for Summerville, and Leveros goes over to the side to talk to head coach Leveros. They'll take their time on 3rd down from the 27. Now look at this formation. Leveros is in the gun with Elkins to his left side. Then he has the 2 targets. We've seen this before, and they decided to run, but I also know that this is a passing option. No, that is not a man in motion. They're setting the line and switching the sides. Now there's the motion by Cribbs. They pitch it to him. Big hole, trying to split the defenders, but the Calaveras player.
Now, is that an audible that was given to Leveros to option, or was that by design? Because you're right. When I first saw 2 guys moving, I thought, well, I guess if nothing's, you know, they were not set, as long as they set after a second before snapping. Was that an audible on the field that we were going to go this opposite way? Are they going against certain players? Are they trying to run against where Hopper is and go opposite him? Because you called that play like you've seen it before. You've seen them do that before.
I have not seen them do that, actually,
okay.
But I know that they have to be set, and then they have that man in motion.
Cribbs, Trevoloni, Frankenstein on the right there, huh?
Quarterback keeper again. He's getting yards, staying on the feet, shoves a man down to the ground. The ferociousness of Braylon Leveros putting the man straight into the grave, and he gets inside the 10.
That young man is a gamer, even with a big lead in the fourth quarter, with still another big game to play and possibly into the postseason as well. And he's going head first with players. That could have been a late hit call, but it wasn't. And, yeah, you know, I've seen players like him. His size you don't mess with. You know, size doesn't necessarily translate to good football. Ryan Emerald was a player for Sonora High School, had about the same size as Leveros, and he had the same courage and tenacity as a lion. Or in this case, we call it a bear.
Oh, my. Here's Leveros from the pistol. Targets out to the right, but it's Elkins. And he gets stopped at the line to make it 3rd and inches. This time, Leveros wasn't able to get the full 10 yards.
All they want is that 1 yard, and they end up losing a yard. So there's still some defensive game left in the Calaveras Reds game.
And now I'm no football coach. I just like to call plays because, Madden 20, of course. But in this situation, it's 3rd and short. I think the Bears go for one of the first passing plays that we've seen and then leave it to 4th down for another rush if they decide that they can get it. There's Cribbs. And they stick with the run game anyway. It's Kai Elkins, finds his way left side, and just out of the pylon. They're going to call him inches shy of the goal line.
Nice run by Elkins, and the Bears play, and a slow developing play, but what ended up happening was he ended up cutting back after trying to go one way, and Calaveras was bringing the house. So once he got past that first line, they all had to turn and burn on him, and that was the secondary at the end stopping him, and that was a great call by the officials, and they called it right on the money.
The pylon was knocked down, but it was by the defender, not by Kai Elkins. And there they move their formation again, just like those two players that were switching the sides. Leveros goes up to the line, and he's going to push through. I think he lost the ball.
Yeah.
And they're going to call him short.
I mean, we don't see under center for Summerville very often, and there he was coming under center, and he dropped the snap. And, of course, that would be one of those ones he probably wants that one back. Let's try that again because his job was to follow behind the little Wynn brother there. That's all he had to do, but that ball came so fast at him, he wasn't prepared. It looked like his head was up, and he was looking to run before he actually had the ball in hand. Easy to do when you're not used to going under center.
This time from the pistol to avoid that mistake, and he hands it off to Elkins, but the Reds meeting him in the backfield.
Ooh, boy, 3 straight here on this goal line stance and the goal line defensive stance of Calaveras. Jake Hopper is getting his team fired up, walking up and down the line, excited, almost limping it looks like. I mean, he's got to lay it all out on the field, leave no regrets, leave nothing out on the field, and those seniors for Calaveras are doing it right now, and they would love nothing more than to stop Summerville in this series.
Anderson and Frankenstein made the hole on the line for Elkins to get through, but what they didn't see was the defense saw that same hole. Empty backfield for Leveros. He's going to have 4 on the right side, 1 to the left. And a pitch as he moves to the right side, and taken down is Elkins.
That was huge. Look at Jake Hopper. The guy is on fire right now. You can't stop him. And you know Summerville's going to go for it, so he's got to get his team fired up even one more. This may have been 3 straight, but I doubt Summerville goes for a field goal here. They want to punch this in. They want to show Calaveras, hey, listen, you may have stopped us 3 straight, but can you do it 4? This is like a chess match. This is coach against coach. Let the players play, and Jake Hopper needs to fire up his team again and try to stop them. This has got to be probably the most exciting part of the game other than when Summerville went up early.
Tight offense again. There's Cribbs in the motion. Leveros going to take it himself. Big hole. Fighting his way in the push from the offensive line. It's Robert Burciaga making the play for Summerville that gets Leveros into the end zone.
Oh, what a play. Burciaga pretty much picked him up like a little brother and said, come with me. Watch right here at the 2 when he gets hit. Burciaga grabs him and pushes him in. What a game Burciaga's having tonight.
Absolutely incredible. Another 6 points. Just under 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And we will see Dean Tremoloni again.
Calaveras just could not stop them 4 straight. What a play.
And that one is no good this time. 30-6, Summerville up over the Reds on NorCal Sports TV. Summerville kicking off after another touchdown attempt, and this one's dropped on the ground and out at the 9. So Calaveras will start at the 9-yard line, and it looked like the kick returner was still trying to put in his mouthpiece, and he kind of fumbled it, which made him lose the ball. Call me crazy, but let's look on the replay what actually happened. Didn't really have his hands there as he just kicks it out at the 9.
Which in Summerville's favor, the fact that it touched him first, why they get it out there. Otherwise, had that thing just rolled out without any being touched. Of course, I don't think it had a chance to do that, but now Summerville's defense can step up. And, of course, who's out there? Burciaga. The rest of the guys, they're stoked. Kyle Curran, who took a huge hit during that kick return, unnecessarily out of bounds. We didn't see it on the replay. But Calaveras is starting to get a little sneaky, and maybe a little emotions are starting to ride, and some of the players are trying to do things when the referees are not looking.
An offset eye pitch to the left side, and he can't get through the Bears' defense.
Couple of yards there for number 2, whoever that is. We don't have him on our roster here, but again, they're in building stages, playing their final game of the league here. And who are they following there? Jake Hopper. I mean, gosh, if there was anybody I can mention. I mean, at 6 foot, 202 pounds, I wonder if he plays basketball. We might see him on the court during high school boys basketball season. We'll have to keep an eye on that name for Calaveras. And possibly also Orlandi on the basketball court. A few of these players probably play cross sports. Most of them do.
2nd and 5. Late receiver going way out to the left, and it's guarded by Dean Trimoloni, but they stay with the run game. A pitch to the left side, gaining the first and out of bounds at the 30.
Yeah, when they do gain yardage, they gain some yardage, don't they? I mean, it's like when they'll have a play and you go, my goodness, they really got that one down, following through. And pulling just right on the offensive line. Of course, some of those offensive linemen were running out ahead of the runner. Could have easily had a penalty there running too far downfield, but
a long time in the huddle there, and you see Bird talking to the team. It is first down. Haven't seen much of an arm from him. A few passes earlier on, and the first pass attempt was intercepted as Jake Hopper gets another carry.
They were power right, loading up on the right side. Give it to Jake. He goes counter, gets 3 yards. But I'll tell you, that's a play I've seen hundreds of times from Calaveras in the 20-plus years of calling football games. That used to be a play that would just wipe out other teams. They would do that 3 or 4 times and score huge. Hopper's got the size, just doesn't quite have the speed or the offensive line giving him the hole he needs. Because I've seen that play garner 30-plus yards easily from Calaveras. Counter option when they go power. Right now they're power left.
The crowd yelling offense and defense, both sides being cheered on as we see another run for a first down and more.
Again, I don't know who that number 2 is, but, man, he's picking up big yardage when he gets on the outside. And, again, that's a Calaveras bread-and-butter play. With speed, put him on the outside, give him that option. Who are these following? He's following Jake Hopper. He went on the inside, though, instead of the outside. If he'd gone around Jake Hopper on the outside, he may have had more yards. I mean, not like 15's not enough, but that's what that play is designed to do, get him to the outside, and you have a player like Hopper who can block for you. Both those two things combined, plus a quarterback who puts it in your pocket and a line that can hold the defenders, freeze the linebackers, especially when you've got tight ends out there. That's what you're trying to do is freeze them. I mean, look at here. They've got them loading up on the right side this time.
And a pack of Bears once again stopping after a 4-yard gain. Didn't look like he was going to get much after getting the defense having one hand on him.
When you got an offense, it doesn't look like they're going to get much, but they do. That's pretty good. Now, at that time, they were loaded up on the right side, power right, and they went power right. They're trying to throw off Summerville, thinking, hey, maybe Summerville thinks we're going to go counter again and go weak side. That's throwing off the defense. You never know if they're going to go, power or not. Let's see where they're lining up power this time. They've got the power lined up on the left side, but offset backs. And they run weak. You see that? They ran right side trying to make something happen through the hole. And he got 5 yards there. He made it look too easy. So you see here they're loaded up on the left side. The backs are loaded on the right or just far left. Man in motion, and he goes right, weak side. I mean, he's got one guy to follow, and it's actually just him. you know.
They mark him just short of the first down. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And they're going to stick with the wing T, 2 receivers to the left. And it's Jake Hopper finding a hole.
Tight right, and they go weak side, and he's got room to run because his blockers are doing what they're supposed to do. This is one of those kind of a plays where at one point you will see that tight end rush out for what they call a hot pass. 3 yards turn around. Of course, right now the running game's working for him, but that's what you do to throw it off. You want to be balanced. Get that guy number 12.
Hopper again, left side, and the Bears sniff it out.
Brock Gardena is the senior, number 12, who's loading up on the tight end side. He's loading up on the right side, but that time again they go weak with a lead blocker from the back at number 2. Both number 2 and number 21 working in tandem right now in a great series. They've ran 7 straight plays and started from their 9, and now they find themselves in the red zone, Summerville. What a great way to wrap up a season, and the seniors playing in their final game as Calaveras red and looking to possibly score, making some moves here.
4 targets out for Bird as they give it back to the man in motion, and they're going to attempt a passing play, one-on-one in the end zone, and it's incomplete, but honestly, from my perspective, it's a pass interference. Didn't throw the flag, though.
That thing looked like a lame duck in the air. I mean, I don't think he realized how wet that ball might have been because that thing just hung up there, and it looked like it was going to stay there until almost Thanksgiving. I thought about running down and grabbing it. It seemed like it was just sitting up there and hang time. And, yeah, and very easily could have had a pass interference call as well.
And in pass interference in high school, even though they didn't call it, it's 15 yards. It's not from where the penalty occurred. In that case, it would have been at the 1 and like the NFL, but high school 15 yards, and they're going to stick to the run game on 3rd and 5. Yeah, and he's met for a 2-yard gain, and the Bears, the defense, just stopping him.
Trying to get to that outside if he could because he's got that speed, but, man, that play never quite developed. And Gardena back there on the outside, which was supposed to give him that outside block. What they didn't prepare for was that linebacker to come in and sneak inside that block, and that's all it took was that open tackle. Summerville will stop you and at least bump you on those open tackles.
Fourth down, and they are going for it. 4th and 2 deep in Bear territory. The Bears looking for one more stop if they can, but Jake Hopper straight through the lines.
He says, none of that. I still have 58 seconds of football to play, and I really want to do something here. I mean, we have to give – this is the senior night for Summerville in their home game. All seniors playing in their final game at Thorstead Field. Well, I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible in the postgame, in the postseason. More than likely, Summerville will be away most of the postseason. But for Calaveras County – Calaveras High School, this is their last game of the season. These seniors are playing in their final game of football as a high school athlete.
A little trickery from the Reds offense. They did have the first down, so another big play for them as they try to get around Cribbs and down at the 5.
Goodness. Both teams leaving it all out on the field. Flags are thrown. Double reverse action by Calaveras. There's 1, there's 2. Turning around, coming all the way back. Probably put about 50 yards on his feet and only made it a few yards. Cribbs with a huge tackle. I'm not sure what they called, but it was on Cribbs, I do believe. It was a face mask call on Cribbs. And so that's going to give Calaveras the ball now with 21 seconds. Probably inches to score. Oh, it was against Calaveras. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what they did is they called it an offensive thing like they did on Summerville. They're saying he put the face mask, the runner, number 2 of Calaveras, put his hand on the face mask of the defender. Here we thought it was against Summerville. Let's take a look here. He's going to turn around, come back. The flag's going to be thrown right at the end of the play, so let's see where he puts his hand.
And
yeah,
there
they called
was.
it. They said he put his, yeah, okay.
Hopper getting around Burciaga, not easy to do. Almost grabbed the face mask of Cribbs again. Scrambling, ball falls out, and the offensive lineman of Calaveras able to jump on it. And that is the end of the fourth quarter. The final play results in a fumble. Summerville takes the victory, 30 to the Calaveras 6. And now next week, the official word, Sonora beat Argonaut, where Argonaut beats Summerville 42-7. Sonora beats Argonaut 28-21. Going into that matchup, the crosstown rivalry, that is Summerville versus Sonora, possibly for the Motherlode League Championship. That's going to be right here on NorCal Sports TV.
It's been an amazing season, and they still have one more game before postseason. And as you just called, my goodness, what a setup for 2021. This is what we need in a post-pandemic era where things are still raging, people are still getting sick, yet at this time we're still able to have an amazing sports, and here in the Motherlode, no different. I'm telling you, Dunleavy Field, get there early next week because it's going to be a barn burner and it's going to be packed. And one of the things I'd like to just mention, Jake Hopper in his final game for Calaveras, who played his heart out tonight. That's a tough statistic to say in your final high school football game you coughed it up on a fumble as you were trying to score. But you know what? That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to score. He was trying to get in that end zone to make something happen, and you got to give it up to him. And again, watching him and Burciaga lift each other up and pick each other up because they were going at it all night. All class here from Calaveras and both Summerville. It's been a great contest here between these teams.
For the second year in a row, Summerville wins on their homecoming night. Next week, next Friday, it's Leveros versus Curnow. It's Cribbs versus Pimentel. It's Sonora versus Summerville. I'm Levi Flores. For Justin Flores, our producer, Dion I, and the rest of our crew, I'm Levi Flores saying good night from Thorstead Field.